recognized. And then just to tie, back into what I do as a business, what Seven Space does as a business. We talk about businesses, we talk about environments, and Nigeria probably is one of the most difficult environments to work in. But scaling it down from the actual business environment, the environment that co-working spaces sort of provide in a smaller scale, sort of encourage innovation. And as a business as well, you should be looking for places to be able to publicize yourself and put yourself in an environment where you can mix with other people who are doing either different things or similar things, but in different environments, or in different spheres of the industry. So make noise and get yourself out there. That's probably the best way to get yourself involved in this space.
Okay. I think they're more because it seems to be the most glamorous right now. There's a lot of funding. Here one startup got this funding, another startup got this funding. So everybody just wants to rush to get kind of Mandela type money these days. I think over time there's going to be, and there's some little bit of it. I think over time there's going to be functional specialization for spaces. So there's a fashion one, maybe printing will really print one, and that's access because it's based on printing. And then over time, people will become more specialized. You have co-working spaces focused on data sciences, co-working spaces focused on AI, co-working spaces focused on social issues Nigeria has. So we'll begin to see a little bit more of that. And I think one thing that we eventually also see is people will go to co-working spaces because of who is there. So we have data centers usually have, you want to be the data center or the company that has the most players on your network. So you want to be the one that has all the GAFAM, the large players, the Amazons and everybody and all the ISPs in your data center, because everybody will now come to them. It's going to be the same way that co-working spaces will be. If you have a co-working space that has the best tech leaders, everybody wants to go there. The reason why Yaba is on the map is because Yaba has attracted a lot of attention. So everybody that wants to do anything sensible, everybody that wants to do anything tech, there are other co-working spaces. There are some in Kenya, there are some everywhere, but everybody goes to Yaba because they have seen the value in Yaba. So people who co-working spaces will begin to work those specializations into the business.
I guess the other point, which we are also honest, is that co-working spaces do not market to a lot of the other SMEs. The reason why co-working for tailors works is that they say this is a co-working space that is for you. So they actually look to market to them. So co-working, especially in a place like Nigeria, has to be sold. The tech guys know about it, know the advantages, etc. So they are the natural clients. But if you're trying to broaden your base past that, you have to convince the part seller, for example, to use a random example, that he fits into your co-working space. And so that is a challenge for the existing owners. Like, how do we think about the community that we are in, and who are the people in that community that can also benefit from our service? And so that's something that I advise them all to do as well.
Okay, well, we're going to take a few questions from the audience. I'll do that. I want to bring in another side to this. So there's so much about co-working, but there's also co-living, right? So we have to
explain.
So I mean, housing is one major problem here in Nigeria, and around the world, one of the solutions that have come up is people creating communal living spaces where people can have different rooms and even sometimes have office spaces. So you live upstairs, come downstairs, work, share the gym, share the pool, and it helps bring down the cost of prime real estate, right? So people cannot afford rent ordinarily in the center of town, but because they're sharing spaces, are able to then do so, and it's closer to the office space. So the question I ask is, in Nigeria here, we all know the challenge of real estate. Is co-living, in conjunction with co-working, a feasible idea? And anyone here can also answer if you have an opinion around that.
Okay, I'll go first, because I guess I'm a big believer in innovation. I'm a big believer in the fact that anything that we put our minds to is possible. I'm also one of those super passionate Nigerians that is not going anywhere. But because of that, I would say, because of that, I will say this. There are companies already doing things like that in Nigeria. Companies that exist that are already doing co-living. There's Fiverr, for example, that I know about, who's on a small scale, but they're growing and they're expanding. But because that opportunity has already opened up, I believe that there's an advantage for everybody. If they provide a system where you can pay, I guess, your rent as you earn your money, then it provides a different environment, and then you can rent rooms and all of that. But as an aside to Seven Space, my business, we also have a product that we're launching soon called Home, right? And Home essentially provides modular houses for people. So for example, we're trying to reimagine what it means to be a homeowner. We're talking about things like owning a house without having to own land, because your houses can literally be picked up at the back of a crane and moved. We're trying to push ideas into being able to expand the market in different ways, where for the first time, someone who's a homeowner in Lagos can sell their house to someone in Kaduna, who can come and disassemble it and then move it. And the idea of modular housing is not new. It's a very, very old idea. But being able to forge it in a completely different way that reimagines the space of real estate and is, daring enough to sort of speak to people and tell them there's a different way to do these things. And because those ideas exist, and because for me I believe that Nigeria is probably one of the most fertile grounds that exists for ideas and propagation of ideas and businesses, I believe that this is definitely possible. And as a co-working space or co-working environment, I would advise that they start looking into co-living.
Maybe I'll just take this next. One of the things I find very interesting about the sphere where we find ourselves is, from an energy perspective, we're more of a service provider to all of these different ideas. So we'll be in the background looking at how to make your life easier, how to provide energy for you cheaper, and as long as you're getting cheaper energy, all these different ideas, co-living, co-opting, co-officing, co-habitating, all of them will come together. All of them come together. So I think the Vice President said something earlier, which I found very profound as well. And he said, you don't realize you're living in a moment in history until hindsight shows you. And I think this is one of those points in the history of the journey of our country, whereby we're now talking about how do we make our lives better, and not totally relying on government, or having to have the different ideas come together to see how it all alleviates the burden that we have.
Thank you very much. So it's time for questions from the audience. Is there a microphone? Okay.
Let me speak on the last thing. Is it possible? Yes. Can Nigeria do co-working and co-living very successfully? Yes. Is it feasible within the culture of Nigeria? It's dicey. So Nigeria, we are largely, the ownership mentality is extremely high. Nobody wants to carpool. You have, so let's imagine a scenario, you work somewhere, there are 3 of you or 4 of you living in Magodo, and each of you drives different cars. So one person drives, 4 different people drive their own cars from Magodo down to VI. And then 4 empty cars. Maybe all 4 of you live in Magodo. So there's still that sort of ownership mentality that needs to change for this to work very effectively.
That's cool. Okay, thank you. All right. I think you just write the questions. Thank you. I can't see any microphone. Okay, so ushers, can I get questions? There's a long one here. I think the summary of this is this person is asking how co-working gets to play in manufacturing. So is there an opportunity there? Is there something to be done in that space?
Again, I think that's a symbol of where the journey is at the moment. Because I know that when you talk of manufacturing or assembly, there are places in India where you can walk into really tight little space and you have about 30 or 40 different people producing different things or using the same equipment over and over again. So when you talk, and I was thinking about this earlier, because I actually think sooner or later that the co-working will spread into assembly, where different things will come in. So if you look at companies who are thinking of starting to assemble LED lighting, for example, what does it take to assemble those things? You get all the materials bits, you get people who know about it, you can put it together. So sooner or later, it will take people like Cola or Coin to come up with this sort of ideas and say, well, we will target it not at the tailors, but at manufacturers or at people who want to assemble. And you'll find out that there's a world of people out there who would really, really find that very useful.
So there's a question here which is quite ironic. So we talked about creating co-working spaces for specialized sectors, and the person says, doesn't that defeat the entire purpose of co-working? That you should have people from different sectors of life in the same space, not a co-working for tailors, a co-working for... So who wants to answer that?
So in theory, that's correct, right? So the whole thing about the disciplines of co-working and the whole ideal is many disciplines coming together and sparking innovation and great. And there are some co-working spaces that will have that, but there are other co-working spaces where some specialization is needed just because of the clientele. So I don't think that you necessarily need to be prescriptive. I just think that broadly you need to figure out who your clientele is in a given sector and a given location and address that. So that's my view on that.
Okay, just quickly touch on that very, very quickly. Also, just from a design standpoint, a simple example to what you're saying is there are some businesses that require silence, and there are some businesses that are invariably, because of what they do, very noisy. How do you merge both ideas together? How do you put both people in the same environment? So yes, as much as we're supposed to be getting everybody in the same space, to do the same thing of collaborating and bringing ideas together, we also need to realize that certain businesses are so far apart from each other and operating in different aspects of the market that it might be essential to create different spaces for different types of business as opposed to individual businesses.
Okay, that will be all we can take for now. A lot has been said about, consolidation. As much as we have a lot of co-working spaces springing up, for investment, Dr. Mobala Johnson mentioned it earlier, Chinasa has also mentioned it. Scalability and consolidation might help in attracting investment. We talked also about energy. So you have alternative energy solutions to help drive your costs down, so you can have more affordable spaces to improve entrepreneurship in Nigeria. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. I'm sure you'll still be around, so if you want to meet the chat and ask a few questions, to be here. Thank you.
I think we can do better for our panelists and Professor Moderator for that wonderful and insightful session. I wish we had a lot of time to really dig into infrastructure conversations, but the conversation will continue after this as we go out for lunch, not too long a time from now. But I want to first apologize to a few people who are outside and also some that have had to make more spaces for here. The hall is completely full. But please, if you have any empty space near you where someone can sit, just let the ushers know so they can. There are quite a number of people outside who need to come in and sit in. But I think it's exciting to know that a lot of people are now interested in this space. The future looks bright, and so let's appreciate the future of co-working industry globally, but particularly in Nigeria. I'm sure all the ecosystem enablers are excited about this. We're going into the last session before we go for a very short break where you will have some refreshments and all to then get set for three major panels this afternoon. One on investors. These are people who are cutting out checks for ideas. Some of them are funded, some of them are amazing ideas that you've seen around. Another panel for people who are creating the platform for those that got the checks to operate on. So check writers and check collectors, and then the creator of the platform for where they are. Then the story I told you earlier on about our featured interview and featured conversation for today of an amazing story, an amazing journey that started from what I'm about to tell you now, Access Bank. Now, Access Bank, like I said earlier on, and the Vice President alluded to earlier in the day, that you would always need that in one institution that would almost be the catalyst for innovation. And I find Access Bank to be one of such. And we didn't realize that we would get to this point where they would be partnering with us on the Co-working conference 3 years ago when they moved their team, Pay We Capture, into our space. And from that time became later on Flutterwave, and Flutterwave, we know where they are today. And today, so we have Access Bank, and we have a very, very, very dynamic executive director and ED from Access Bank who is coming to just come and generally talk to us about what Access is doing in this space from FinTech, the African FinTech Foundry, and of course Access Bank generally. We want to thank them for making this, for helping us make this happen. We thank all. Let's appreciate Access for creating access to co-working spaces today. And so let's please turn our attention to the screen, and the next couple of videos will launch us into the next stage of this, and then we'll go for a short break. Thank you.
In Nigeria, we believe many roads lead to the market, but we also know that some roads are shorter than others. So, we introduce you to the Access Bank Family Fortune Promo Season 2, the shortest cut to owning these amazing prizes and more. To be a part of the Family Fortune Promo, start a family savings scheme with at least one member of your family. Maintain a cumulative account balance of 150,000 Naira and get a goodie bag instantly. Build your joint balance to 300,000 Naira and qualify for the quarterly and mega draws. Promo runs till December 2018. Sign up now and join many other winning families. Access Bank. Speed, service, security.
Mr. Etoku is an executive director of Access Bank. He oversees the personal banking division and has over 2 decades of banking experience cutting across operations, information technology, and business development. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree and a Master's of Business Administration from University of Ibadan and University of Benin, respectively. Mr. Itoku is a senior honorary member of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria and the director of eTransact PLC and Unified Payments Systems PLC. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Mr. Victor Etoku.
I promise you I'm not Mr. Etoku. It was okay. That's interesting. All right. So why we launch such a rescue mission for Mr. Etoku, who I believe just stepped out. We're just going to, if anybody from Access Bank is here to help us, just get him, and if he is just please come over and just stay here. But while we're waiting for that to happen, let me just quickly once again thank all our media partners for making this happen. Business Day, thank you very much. Ventures Africa, thank you for pushing the conversation beyond Nigeria to Africa. Thank you, Why Nigeria, for making young people in Nigeria connected, making them connect to co-working conversation and creativity and innovation. We thank all our partners across Nigeria and all the different platforms for making this happen. And as soon as Mr. Etoku said, please let me know. So while we're waiting for that to happen, during the break period, there are a number of vendors that are, or service providers that are outside. It would be great for you to spend that and sort of like check out what it is that they are doing. You know, what are they offering? What are their products? Access Bank is there. There is Autogenius, Nigeria's first digital insurance platform. There is Seven Space, amazing space design. The designer that they've done some work for Vinia. Just check out all the different platforms that are out there. And also, some people have come to say, you know what, we need this conversation beyond just the conference today. Is it possible to have master classes for some of us who are looking at the co-working space or who already own spaces and we're struggling to either run it effectively because of the operational overhead of it, or numbers are not adding up? How does this work? How do we make it work? Let's just go to the Vinia booth outside and just put your name, email address, telephone number down, and we'll ensure that we get you, we get across to you in the next couple of weeks and have something in place, possibly by August, to ensure that you run a truly successful platform. And do we have Mr. Etoku here? Yeah. No? Sorry? Oh, okay. All right. So, well, I think we're going to go into our break now. So we'll move that session into the next one. So let's go to the break session, and please, the break is only for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. So time now is 11:45, and we'll be back there by 12:05. So that we can kick off. We have two people joining us from outside of the country, one from Germany, one from New York. They've been on standby since morning. They've been awake. New York has been up since about 2 a.m. waiting for this to happen. So please, and then meet people, connect, create, collaborate in the true spirit of co-working. We look forward to having you back here at 12:05. Thank you very much.